Good morning, everyone. I am Shubhang. Along with Rahul and Vinayak, I present to you the story of Pablo Neruda. Born on 12th of July 1904, the Chilean poet Pablo Neruda always had a penchant for poetry. He started writing at the age of just 10 years and published his first collection at the age of 19. Neruda went on to win the Nobel Prize in 1971 for a poetry that, with the action of an elemental force, brings alive a continent's destiny and dreams. The Colombian novelist Gabriel Garcia Marquez referred to him as the greatest poet of the 20th century in any language. This is his saga.
Neruda's father opposed his son's interest in writing and literature, but he received encouragement from others. One great recognizing another, the future Nobel Prize winner Gabriela Mistral was one of the people supporting Neruda. In 1923, his first volume of verse, Book of Twilights, was published, followed the next year by 20 love poems and a desperate song. Both works were critically acclaimed and have been translated into many languages. Over the decades, 20 love poems sold millions of copies and became Neruda's best-known work. Almost 100 years later, it still retains its place as the best-selling poetry book in the Spanish language. By the age of 20, Neruda had established an international reputation as a poet.
Let me re-emphasize Vinayak's point here. By the age of just 20, Neruda had established an international reputation for himself as a poet. Despite this early success, he faced poverty and thus took a series of diplomatic jobs in places like Indonesia, Singapore, Burma, and Spain. While he was working at the consulate in Madrid, Spain, on a not-so-fine day in 1936, civil war broke out, and a fascist military dictatorship took control. During that time, Neruda organized the evacuation of 2,000 refugees from Spain to Chile. Over a period of 20 years, he captured his experiences abroad in a 3-volumed poetry collection titled Residence on Earth. He discussed about a poet's responsibility to speak out against injustice. He even lingered on haunting details about the Spanish Civil War. For the rest of his life, though, Neruda remained committed to revolutionary ideas, some of which even garnered him criticism from the Argentine writer Borges, who stated, "I think of him as a very fine poet. A very fine poet. I don't admire him as a man, I think of him as a very mean man." The latter part here is interesting, but we don't want to delve into that side of the story of Pablo Neruda.
His politics even led to several years of exile before he was able to return to Chile in 1952. While in exile, he also wrote the epic poem Canto General. The book intends to retell the entire history of Latin America through poetry, touching on everything from its flora and fauna to its politics and wars, but above all, paying homage to the common people behind the civilization's achievements. In 1970, Neruda even ran for president of Chile, but lost out and became the president's advisor. In 1971, he won the Nobel Prize for Literature and stated in his acceptance speech, "A poet is at the same time a force for solidarity and for solitude." But solitude wasn't to come Neruda's way so soon, as in 1973, the government was overthrown in a military coup.
A couple weeks later, Neruda died in the hospital, though some theories even claim that he died at his home. And because of the timing of his death, rumors spread that it was because of an assassination, but ultimately this was proven wrong.
As a teenager, he probably did not foresee the legend he'd become. Today, Neruda's lines are recited at protests and marches worldwide. And much like his life, his poem bridged romance and revolution by emphasizing everyday moments worth fighting for.